All right, everybody, with Charlie's Bicycle Laboratory, I'm here with Rita Borelli, and she's going to walk us through the new S-Works Ruby, which has a new process in building it, has a new style and look to it. There's a lot of really cool aesthetic things, and a new seat post, and I'm sure lots more that I'm missing already. So Rita, walk us through this bike.
Yeah, lots of exciting features on the new S-Works Ruby this year. We do use a new FACT-TM construction process. So that process really allows us to build a bike that speaks to this rider's needs. The Ruby is known for being a super smooth, super compliant bike that also delivers that top level of performance. So the FACT-TM process moves bond joints away from high stress areas, but it also minimizes the overall number of bond joints on the frame. So we can use less carbon overwrap, and less material really allows us to build a lightweight frame that still meets all of our performance targets, our stiffness targets, our compliance targets.
And that was it sounds like that's one of the main goals of the Ruby and of the Roubaix this year, was to take the endurance or the low or the high compliance bike, but add more performance to it. So what are some of the ways that this bike performs better than maybe last year, the previous model Rubies?
So the exciting thing about this bike, it really does step the performance up to the next level. This S-Works Ruby is 34% stiffer torsionally than last year's Pro model. So we've got a frame construction that really allows it to be stiff, but it also provides a super smooth ride. So Zerts are viscoelastic dampers in the frame that really absorb those high frequency road vibrations. So those are in the seat stays and in the fork on all models of the Ruby. We have a pretty exciting new seat post on this bike as well that's going to contribute to the overall compliance. So this is the Cobl Goblr seat post. We've ridden some cobblestones at Paris-Roubaix, ridden some cobblestones in Belgium, and riding there can be pretty rough, it can be pretty bumpy. So we wanted to have a seat post that really helped absorb a lot of that those bigger bumps and really smooth out that ride. So this new seat post is a carbon leaf spring that is designed to flex to supply additional compliance on the rear end, and it really helps smooth out that ride for those bigger bumps when you're out on the rough pavement. And
it helps smooth out the ride, but it doesn't reduce the stiffness in the bottom bracket or the power going from the pedal to the wheels.
Absolutely, yeah. Moving those joints away from a lot of those high stress areas helps maintain that stiffness. And we, with this S-Works frame, mentioned that it's 34% stiffer torsionally. It's also 18% stiffer in the bottom bracket and 13% stiffer in the rear triangle. So really stepping up that performance to make it deliver that top tier of performance on the S-Works level and make it a top level bike.
So it's an endurance bike that likes to go.
It is. We always talk about nothing is smoother and faster. But at the same time, when you're out there on those long rides, you want to go fast and you want to enjoy the ride. So it's nice to have a smooth, fast bike that you can still go out and hammer on as well.
And aesthetically, I like the gold bar tape, the gold saddle.
Yeah.
And you guys seem to have done that across the women's line in general. Some really nice new colors and graphic designs.
We're excited about our colors and graphics this year. I think for men's bikes, but especially for women's bikes, it's very important. We've got a really beautiful package on this S-Works Ruby. It's hard to see on here, but there's a raised decal that says S-Works on the down tube. So some subtle touches there. Those gold hits really make the bike pop. Dura-Ace tubeless wheels, so you can run a little bit lower pressures and get a super smooth ride there too. Just a top level bike. We're excited about it.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much for walking us through that.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.